southeast corner of the island of Sri Lanka lies Yala National Park. Its 380 square miles contain coastal shrublands, lakes, and jungle. The park is a sanctuary for many rare and endangered animals, including more leopards than almost anywhere on Earth. But even in Yala, there's no guarantee of seeing these elusive cats. Cameraman Gordon Buchanan is here for 200 days, filming a documentary on leopards and the park's other predators. But even with time on his side, he'll still need luck.
It's not something you can say, okay, today I'm going to go out and try and film this. It's just being in the right place at the right time and hope that the animals are going to do the right thing.
Luck is how Gordon got his start in wildlife filmmaking. At 17 years old, he was working as a busboy in Glasgow, Scotland.
The husband of the woman that owned the restaurant was a wildlife cameraman, so the phone was above the dishwasher where I worked, and he would phone in from these amazing locations, and when he came back from one trip, he was looking for an assistant, and he offered me the opportunity of a lifetime.
10 years and many filming expeditions later, Gordon is one of the world's top wildlife cameramen. Even so, filming leopards is his most difficult challenge yet. He knows from his intensive research that leopards interact with other top predators, but filming those encounters is proving frustrating.
We used up half of our time without getting anything other than portrait shots of leopards sitting in trees or sitting on rocks. And to make a wildlife documentary, you've got to get stories and you've got to get behaviour and interaction, and a leopard sitting on a tree is still just a leopard sitting on the tree. It doesn't tell you anything about them.
Leopards are incredible climbers and spend much of their day hidden from view in the treetops. For weeks on end, Gordon gets nothing but glimpses of the animals. Only once does he get a rare shot of an 8-foot leopard stalking in daylight hours. Seeing a leopard out in the open reminds Gordon what formidable animals they are. But leopards aren't his only worry. Their kills attract other predators. Gordon's also hoping to film crocodiles and the most feared animal in Yala, the sloth bear.
Their skulls are twice the size of the biggest rottweiler you could ever imagine. Huge teeth, and their claws are razor sharp.
To make things even more difficult, Gordon must often work at night. That's when Yala's top predators are most active. He's come prepared with specialist infrared gear.
Basically, you light a scene with infrared lights, and the animals can't see, we can't see, but an infrared sensitive camera can, and we were able to follow the leopards at night time.
Night after night, Gordon stakes out leopard kills. He's far enough away not to alarm the animals, close enough to capture some amazing interactions.
Out of the blue, pretty much, we had this phenomenal encounter with crocodiles and leopards. It was a really useful way of seeing some of the most amazing things that you can see with leopards that we would not have been able to film otherwise.
Despite this fantastic highlight, Gordon still doesn't have enough material to make the film he wants. But when you're filming wildlife, each day brings something new.
The one thing that I wanted to get all along was an interaction between leopards and sloth bears, because we had heard that sloth bears do come on to leopard kills and try and steal them off them.
At 310 pounds, a mature sloth bear weighs twice as much as a leopard. But it's those 3-inch claws that make the bear so dangerous. They're designed for climbing trees and digging up grubs. But with the full weight of a bear behind them, the claws can also inflict a fatal wound.
They're just incredibly dangerous animals because they have a human-like curiosity. They're not like most wild animals that will run away at the first sign of something unusual.
The next leopard kill Gordon finds is well away from the road. He can't film from his vehicle, so he sets up a canvas hide and waits for dark. He's in the forest alone, with only radio contact for support. 14 hours later, his patience is rewarded. Only the flimsy canvas separates Gordon from Yala's top predator. But tonight, someone else is coming to dinner.
Quite far away, there was this horrific... it's the most... that's a really bad imitation, but sloth bears make the most horrendous noise. It's a scream and a growl and a snarl and a shriek all in one go.
Gordon's heart is pumping. This is what he's come to film, but he knows he's in danger.
The sloth bear got closer and closer to the carcass, and the leopard just made this dash at the sloth bear and swatted it.
Gordon is the first person ever to film an interaction between a leopard and a sloth bear. But things are about to go very wrong.
Soon after, I could hear this walking round the back of my hide. I just sort of heard this snuffling. You have no vision of your own. You have to use the camera and the monitor as your eyes. So I was flailing this thing about trying to find it, and suddenly I got really close to the front of the hide. This blurred view of the sloth bear walking round, and I was really scared. I had a flashlight with me, and I started flashing at it to start it. Didn't make the slightest bit of difference, and it just kept on pushing in. I just sort of panicked and started hitting the side of the hide. It was enough to give the sloth bear a fright, and it backed off. I got straight on the radio and I said, "Come and get me," and then I said, "Make as much noise as possible."
When the guides arrive, they bang tin cans to keep the bear away. Next morning, Gordon realizes he's had a lucky escape. After he left, the bear returned and ripped Gordon's hide to pieces.
I'm exceptionally glad I wasn't sitting in there when it came.
After an experience he'll never forget, Gordon leaves with the footage he wanted.
It was just the most amazing encounter that I'd had to date, and one of my favourite wild encounters since.